Peter.
Check.
Mike, check. 1, 2.
You may need to refresh that browser. I think it's sounds good to me.
Was that us or him?
That was me.
Okay. Oh, live stream starting soon. Okay. But I'm just pleased with the clarity of these hangouts.
But I haven't gotten to check the video. I'm assuming it's better, but
I mean, I would think so.
Good. Is that good? You got sound?
You need us to keep talking?
You don't have anything?
Did you refresh the page?
There we go.
Okay.
How about sound?
Can you hear anything? Turn the speakers up. Mike, check. 1, 2. What is you gonna do? Two guns drew.
I got so much done today. It's back to back.
Yeah, I know. Even with
done inside stuff that wasn't planned to be done and still got stuff done today. It's good.
You say we good? Audio wise?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Balance check. 1, 2,
3, 4. Hold up. Hold up. SEO podcast 295. Time to start, man. About to broadcast live. So what you do win, it's time to tune in, implement what we say, and then you win. Hold up.
Yeah.
Bust all results. Pay attention, man. Then you get your. All right. That's it for today.
Technical problems.
It's just brain fart. Is what that really was. Oh man, 295.
Balance check. SEO podcast 295. Time to start, man. About to broadcast live. So what you do win, it's time to tune in, implement what we say, and then you win.
That's awesome. That's cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. All right. Just feel I'm not used to this. Not doing that. Not doing
so this
this.
is a separate.
We're already
setup.
live. All right, and then you got tip, right?
Yep.
And then Jay's
and I
gonna
need
do photos.
15.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll pull it up as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing. My name is Chris Burris, owner of eWeb Results.
I am Charles Lewis, your client results advocate.
Welcome back to another fun-filled edition of our podcast. I am actually tethered on my phone, if you're watching, on my iPad, because I neglected to charge it. So this is
7%.
7%. Yeah, that's after sitting here for 5 minutes.
I know,
so this is podcast number 295. As always, we have a tip from our previous podcast, and that tip is make sure your marketing strategy complements your sales process.
Yeah, anytime you're doing marketing, you want to make sure that your sales process is complementary to that. So whatever your action is, if it's subscribe, download, or even contact us, then make sure your marketing screams that same message.
Boom. That's our tip from podcast number 294. Please remember, we are your friendly local neighborhood top position snatchers. And our mantra is,
don't be a douche.
hey, if you have some sort of device and you're in a position to, we would love it if you would tweet,
like this,
if you would hashtag, if you would
get contact with us, preferably on Twitter, at eWeb Results, at Best SEO Podcast. Be sure to use the hashtag SEO Podcast. This is number 295.
295, man, we're 5 away from 300.
We still ain't figured out what we're going to do when we get to 300.
Yeah, I don't cake.
Can't go wrong with cake.
Yeah, cake's always good.
Yeah. So hit us in it. That way we can follow you back and do all of our social networks.
Hey, we got a really interesting article today. We're actually going to give you some perspective if you're actually the client of an SEO company, things you should be doing and checking out. What do we got?
Man, first off, punch in the face. Huge punch in the face to Stony G, man. I like Stony G. He posts a lot of articles on various places. This one he posted on Search Engine Journal, 10 people skills for web marketing success. 10 people skills, and it was cool because he kind of talked about what the SEO should do, like the agency, and what the client should do. And so stay tuned. This is going to be a great article.
It's going to be really good. All right. Let's see. So if this is the first time you've listened to this podcast, Howdy. Welcome to the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. That is because of the rest of y'all, and you're about to make us even more popular. So thank you for that.
Appreciate you.
If you've listened to this podcast before, we're going to ask you a small favor. You know what it is. We do run a contest, quote unquote contest. If we get more than 10 likes, follows, shares, whatever, not shares, but likes or follows on any one of our platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or G+, and we get a review, we will skip what we're about to do. We did not get 10 or more.
Which is why we're about to do it.
Well, we're about to do it. We did get a couple reviews. We'll talk about those in a second. So we ask you this small favor. If you would, go to our G+ local page. It's actually now Google My Business page. And do a couple things. We
don't call it G+.
We'll just call it G+. And we've made it real easy for you to get to that page. All you need to do is go to ewebresults.com/Google+ or /Google+ or /G+ or /G+. All of those will take you to our Google Plus page. And we ask you to do a couple things when you get there.
When you get there, do a couple things. First off, leave us a review, right? Hopefully that review is 5 stars. Then after you leave that review, then put us in a circle. That way you can share some content with us. We share some content with you and stay connected.
Excellent. Next, the next thing we're asking you to do only has 3 steps. Go onto iTunes, create an account, write a review. If you choose to make that review 5 stars, we will really appreciate it. We'll probably read it on air. Next, Facebook. We've got a couple Facebook pages. The one you should go to is facebook.com/ewebresults. And there you will find the reviews tab. There's no confusion about the old app because we've changed Facebook pages. And when you go there, make sure that you follow us.
Yeah, follow us, like us.
And then also leave a review. And we ask that you make that.
Hold on. Back up.
Yeah.
I just caught what you were saying.
Yeah.
Like us,
right?
Don't follow us on Facebook. You can't really do that. But you can like us.
If you figure out how to do that, then let us know because
you go to Twitter and follow us, but like us on Facebook.
Absolutely. And the next place to leave a review, and actually, if there's any order of preference, start with Stitcher. The easiest way to get to our Stitcher page is go to ewebresults.com.
Yep.
Click any link, and you will find in our right sidebar a link to our Stitcher page. We've gotten some people gave us some flack because we had some distribution issues. It's like giving I don't know, Run DMC is who comes to my head, giving him a bad name because Ups delivered the CD late. It's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
Although in this case, it was our fault. But it was a delivery issue, not a quality of content issue. If you're a PHP genius, a WordPress guru, give us a call. We're probably looking for you. We probably need your help. 713-510-7846. Leave an audio resume. If you want a free website analysis,
ewebresults.com. Right there, there's like 3 featured areas. Click the one on the right, and submit your site.
Yep, and excellent. We do not have any algo cat, so let's jump right into the news, which my device doesn't seem to be showing me any news. That's interesting. It hasn't updated.
Do with that 7%.
That's interesting. I don't even have the reviews here. Let's see if I refresh that. You said you had a little bit of news, right?
I did have a little bit of news. It wasn't much. So I thought this was interesting. It's some kind of social media news, right? In regards to Pinterest. So some things Pinterest is doing now. You know how people already can pin multiple things like events or restaurants or recipes or pictures or whatever it is you're pinning. You can also pin places, right? And so now with this news is Pinterest rolled out a new feature in sync with Google Maps. And so now when you pin places on Pinterest, that pinned place will show up on Google Maps.
That's cool.
That's really cool. And what that really means is for my internet marketers out there and those who do social media marketing and you have a brick and mortar building, whether you're a retail store, a restaurant, or whatever it is, you should be participating in Pinterest. So those same pictures that you're Instagramming, those same pictures you're sharing on Facebook, Twitter, and things like that, you need to come back around and pin those pictures to some board. And that way you can start tagging your place, and that place will likely show up on more people's Google Maps if they're also connected with you on Pinterest. Take advantage.
Cool. Well, I didn't get any updates, so that's okay. I do remember one piece of news, and one of it was just pretty cool. And you read tech stuff like you're nerdy like me. Tesla has the autopilot feature on their car, $2,500 if you didn't pay for it up front. the thing will drive itself, basically.
Mhm.
It'll even change lanes, which is the newest feature that other things, and I don't know, like you put on your signal and it changes lanes or something.
Or if it puts the signal on for you.
I mean, so they're saying you got to have your hands on the steering wheel. I almost said keyboard because that's just how I think. You got to have your hands on the steering wheel or to bing at you and complain and whine. But somebody's going to hack that, right?
I mean,
with some static glove. So it thinks you're actually holding on to the steering wheel.
I'm Skyping on Instagram and I'm not paying attention at all.
Yeah, so hopefully they've tested it. And they do say that true autonomous driving will not be available for about 3 years. And it'll probably take even longer than that to get it through, the red tape.
I think it's that, and truthfully, I think that's one of the reasons why Facebook is working on internet planes and Google is rolling out fiber to all these cities, is because in order for, hundreds of thousands of vehicles to operate like that, and it's likely going to be online, the bandwidth and it's going to have to be super strong and always available.
Yep.
Because you definitely don't want to start buffering in the middle of a lane change.
Look, so imagine this, right? How many bad drivers on the road right now?
Already.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
So imagine if you give them, I don't know, a 6-month break where they don't have to drive, and then the bandwidth dies and the things like they need to drive, and they like wake up and like, I don't know how to drive. I was a bad driver before.
yeah, my car actually drives better than me.
Yeah, a lot better than me. We all bumped into those people for sure. I did. So we have reviews. We'll save them for next time. I did have 2 petiffs. So I had a great conversation with Alex, Dalton's Wadwin. They make wood cutting equipment, right?
Okay.
So planing equipment and saws
and routing.
So
and stuff like
for major companies who they don't make it, they actually distribute it, and it's for major companies like, say you want to do paneling and you're a paneling manufacturer, you need those grooves in it, boom, they sell the saws that do it. So I had a great call with him. Actually have a follow-up call with him next week, and a punch in the face to Angel right out of Miami.
Angel. Miami, yeah, probably Angel.
Or Angel. Yeah, his website is PC911-24/7.
Oh, that's a guy?
Yeah.
Angel.
Which is pretty cool, right? PC911-24/7.
PC emergency all day, every day.
By the way, he does get a kick in the shins, and specifically because he didn't know what a kick in the shins was, right? So if you're a longtime listener of the podcast, kick in the shins is
the opposite of a punch in the face.
Opposite of the punch in the face, right? And he called. He's from Miami. We're not advertising any kind of traditional advertising or even internet marketing advertising. I'm like, so you listen to our podcast? He was like, oh, you have a podcast? I listen to podcasts all the time. I haven't heard of you guys. He was totally messing with me. He did a good job. He did a really good job. So, Angel, good luck to you in your business there. I sent him some stuff, and hopefully he'll be writing a review.
Get a punch kick.
Yeah, punch kick, because thank you for reaching out to us. And then,
come on.
And he also, I mean, the fact that he doesn't know what a kick in the shins is kind of indicative that we don't use it enough. So we got to add that as part of our blank stare or something.
Somebody we can kick in the shins. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people who deserve to be kicked in the
How about all the bad drivers?
Oh, man.
My leg's tired.
I know. my children.
So, yeah, I got a say but we'll save children and drivers. Who knows? My son would, as bad as he's been at school, would probably be a really good driver. He's got to make up for it somewhere. I just got introduced to the principal today, so it's a good day. All right, really, that's the potatoes for today, because we're going to save some reviews until next time. Now it's time to get into the meat.
Yeah, so again, punch in the face to man Stony G, the guy over and the good folks over at Search Engine Journal. The full title of his article is 10 Indispensable People Skills SEOs and Clients Must Practice Daily for Successful Web Marketing. A long title.
Yeah.
So his short version is 10 people skills for web marketing success. That's the one we'll run with. But I will say, man, punch in the face to you, Stoney. I think it's a great article. And one of the main reasons I want to present this was because he took the time to give 2 different perspectives, right? So he's going to give us 10 tips for successful web marketing. And then these tips will be broken down for what the SEO company or the agency can do and what the client should do. So he starts off this article by saying, the best SEOs are those that perform upon a foundation of collaboration. And the most successful businesses are those that make it a priority to collaborate heavily with their web marketers. me take this time to punch in the face to Brian Goldsmith and the good folks over at Lone Star School of Music, and a punch in the face to Heidi and the good people at MeFlow, and a whole bunch of other clients we have who really take it seriously. They really contact us. They really share content, provide images. They really make our job easy.
They share what they're doing from a traditional marketing
all the other marketing things
we need to have tie-ins to that.
Exactly. Give us a lot of influence. They ask for advice. Hey, what should I do with these things, so we can make sure the marketing campaign is consistent, that the website is updated with the necessary information. And to be honest, it's kind of difficult to do that when the client don't participate. And so he's right. Marketing works best especially when you're in a situation where you're using multiple parties, right? If you are a client and you're using an agency, I encourage you, I implore you to communicate with that agency. Don't just sit back and wait on reports or wait on information. No, send them information, ask questions, because it's gonna help.
Hopefully they're of a mind where they're asking for your input, they're asking for your help. We have a monthly call. We get together monthly with our clients, and we want them to give us feedback. We come to those and we want transparency and honesty. We did good on this. We did bad on that. Here's how we're going to improve on that. And what do you think? Because I give the example to prospects all the time. So we make a pretty website. All your friends and family like it, and we drive lots of traffic to it. And I don't know. Let's say
analytics look good. You're getting traffic.
Let's say you install glass in buildings, and we, for whatever reason, are sending you iPhone glass repair traffic, and we're like, look how much traffic you got, and you're like, I got no business. That's an important conversation to have.
Exactly. And if you're not communicating that, then you just don't know. I can even give you a real-time example. Another business owner who pays attention and contributes. Punch in the face to Wayne Springer and the good folks over at Atiwa. And so Atiwa is an IT company, and they rent IT equipment, like laptops, printers, and audio and video equipment and things like that. Right, projectors. Right, and so on a phrase match campaign, they were getting clicks for movie projector rentals, even though my phrase was projector rentals. And if you guys know how phrase match works, then you understand the new change they made with close variants and why he was getting those clicks. And if it wasn't for our monthly call, then I would have not known that, hey, they don't even rent movie projectors.
Right.
And so they rent digital projectors and things like that. And so it's that call, it's that feedback loop that allows us, the marketing team, to go in and add those as negatives and make some changes.
Absolutely.
So,
by the way, we just covered everything you need to know about interacting with an SEO company.
Except for the first 10 points we're about to get to. So number one, he says, listen to others. Don't just make them listen to you. Great point. So for the SEO, he says, before an SEO can even begin, there's a good amount of listening that needs to happen. So part of our process involves a creative call, right? Every new account goes through this 45 to hour-long call.
Creative results call.
Where we just literally ask questions. I'm just trying to get a better understanding of you, of your business, of your clients, of your target, of your objectives, what you're trying to accomplish, how you're trying to grow, because all of that, believe it or not, is important into your SEO, into your site design, into your marketing.
What you sell the most and what makes you the most money.
What you sell the least, who are your competitors. Like, all of that information is necessary. And so we must listen. Now, from the client perspective, he says dictating the course of web marketing campaign will only tie the SEO's hands and ultimately keep them from doing what truly needs to be done.
He's right.
It's happened. We've experienced it. We've had clients where we wanted to position a form above the fold next to a slider, for example. And the client push back. No, I don't want it there. I want it below. I want it below. I want it below.
I want to see the image or whatever it was that they wanted.
I need all 5 fields. And we're like, no, we're going to need to put it higher. And we only need 3 fields. And they push back until they weren't getting any leads.
That was like 4 months, right?
Pushback, and their leads just constantly declined. And so then one day we just did it. Anyway, it's like, okay, we have to make a change. And before the client recognized that was done, their leads shot back up.
Get a call. Hey, what'd you guys do? What you told us not
to do. And so look.
And she was like,
thank you.
Leave it there. I should have listened to you in the first place. I think you have an email. I should have listened to you from the beginning.
I do. And so I think the message here is, look, if you're paying an agency, whether it's even an internal person you've hired, right? It's us or whoever it is. If you're paying them, let them do their job. Right? There's a reason you hired them. It's a reason you probably signed an agreement. It's a reason they're in the position they're in. And so if they want to make these kind of changes, and you should probably let them do it. Two. He says, ask the right questions. From an SEO perspective, he says SEO needs to have a good understanding of the business audience, values, high points, and objections. We were just talking about that earlier.
Add sales process.
Exactly. That's what I wrote on the sales funnel.
Yeah.
Like not only do we have a monthly client results call, we try to have weekly calls where we can kind of just touch bases on how things are performing, any new ideas came out, how did these leads close, right? We need that kind of feedback.
Hey, I just got a call from the company in Chicago. Why? Oh,
exactly.
Let's figure that out and fix it. Yeah.
Or great.
Or
maybe you want
yeah.
that. Or where did they come from? How can we get more of those? You know, that sort of deal. And so you always have to ask the right questions. And so if you're a company right now, you're dealing with an agency, they should be asking you questions like, how did that lead convert? Did it close? If I'm looking at reports and I see tons of traffic from other states and they're spending all kind of time on the site, then you should be getting questions like, did you talk to somebody from this state? What did they say? How did they find you?
Can you expand to that state somehow? Can you find a partner and deliver leads to that state?
Yeah, is it worth us creating content and targeting those areas?
Yeah.
Right. If you're not having that feedback loop and asking those questions, then you really prevent yourself from growth. So for the client, he says, if there is anything you don't understand about the process, like a particular strategy or when they expect certain results, then you need to be asking more questions.
Yeah.
And he's right. Like if you're paying, ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. I have some clients, they say, oh, I just didn't want to bug you. I'm like, no, please ask.
We want a 10-year relationship with you. If you just let things lie,
and
that's
don't
probably
ask
not going to
questions.
happen.
Exactly. So communicate. If you're a client, communicate with your agency. If you're an agency, communicate with your clients. Number three, he says, accept thoughts and ideas that are not your own. Accept thoughts and ideas that you didn't create, right? So for the SEO person, he says, give me 2 sites built on the same platform in the same industry, and I'll show you 100 differences between them that impact their marketing. And he's right.
Yeah.
No 2 sites are the same. No 2 companies are the same. Even if they do the same exact service in the same exact area.
There's different people.
They're just different people. Yeah. There's how your business may have been established longer. Your domain name may be longer. You may have a bigger staff. You may do, there's differences.
Right.
And all of those differences affect how your campaign, how your SEO is going to do. For example, maybe you're an older domain name. You have a lot of content and more experience. Then it's likely going to be easier to get you to the first page than somebody who's, let's say, a brand new site.
Right.
It just happens that way. You don't have enough brand authority. You don't have enough domain rank. You don't have enough trust. You don't have enough reviews to compete with somebody in your same target area using the same exact service who's been established longer.
But you can get there.
You can get there.
Yeah.
It's just going to take some time.
Yeah.
For the client, he says, don't get so married to your site that you're unwilling to accept some tough love from your web marketing team. He says, I don't care how much your site cost you or how successful you've been so far. Your SEO team is tasked with helping you overcome your challenges.
Yep.
Ding.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. He's right again. A lot of people spend a lot of money on sites.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, our sites aren't cheap. And so, I get it.
That's some of the worst news that we have to give to clients or prospects. It's like, how long ago did you finish your website? Ooh, it was
last week. You just got it?
Yeah, that's the worst. Even 6 months ago is rough. He's like, I got some bad news for you. We got to redo
this. They're like, oh my God, why? Well, first off, is that responsive? Your CTA's in the wrong spot. Your color scheme is wrong. It's not mobile friendly. Your coding is bad, and so on. And so we need to redesign.
Yeah.
And if you just spent $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on the site, or worse,
painful.
You probably dealt with some other company, so you didn't spend that much, but it just took too long.
Right.
And so you finally got it, which we've been seeing. People finally got their site, and that site's bad.
Yeah.
Right. And so if it is what it is, it is what it is. For the client, he says, be willing to accept the new information and allow that information to challenge your previously held thoughts and your opinions.
Yeah.
That kind of goes back to the other point. Look, if you're paying for that service, and they're suggesting that it needs to get done, and they're providing you factual evidence on why it needs to get done, then let it get done.
Yeah.
Don't handicap them. I'll say this, be open.
Yeah.
Be open to suggestions, right? Sometimes you may not quite understand what they're doing,
or even like the aesthetic impact it may have.
But be open to it because it's a reason why you're contacting them.
Yeah. Hopefully the SEO companies are doing what they know works.
Exactly.
And so you should let them do that. And then if it doesn't work, then you start taking control and then potentially fire them.
Well, and that's kind of what this one goes in. Number 4, he says, allow new information to influence your opinion.
Yep.
Right. So for the SEO, he says this new information can and should influence any opinions the SEO has. What new information is he talking about? He's talking about that information that comes from constant client communication. So, for example, you're a client of ours. Maybe you're opening up, I don't know, a new location across town. And if we're not communicating, then I don't have that new information. Right. If you haven't emailed it to me or I haven't noticed it on your Facebook page or something, then I don't know about your new location.
And with regard to new location, we could give you advice on where you should be, because a central location to your demographic that you're going after is significantly more valuable than something on the outskirts of that demographic.
Well, and more importantly, if we're your marketing agency and we're handling your local listings, then it's imperative for us to update your local profile with your new location.
Yep.
And if you haven't shared that information, then your profile's not updated.
I think that happened to us.
Yes,
right? Or was that we moved?
I
didn't mention that to you. No, you didn't mention that to me.
So keep constant communication with your web marketing team.
Number 5.
He says, think and observe before making knee-jerk reactions. Right. Oh my God. For the SEOs, he says, make sure every web marketing action you take considers what is best for the visitor, instead of before looking out what's best for the search engine.
Right.
He's right. Search has already transitioned to more of a conversational type deal. It's all about, interactive content and things like that. And so, when you make those changes, think about the visitor first. For example, you may not want to just quickly remove $ from your shopping cart.
Yes, that happened. We didn't. Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that's a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
And ironically, we immediately got a call saying, hey, I can't find the price. Right?
So again, like the previous example, without the customer's approval, we put the $ back on and then let them know.
Yeah, because we have to act. You're paying us to act on behalf of the client and do what we believe is best for you.
Right.
He says, for the client,
case, what we know is best for you.
Yeah. Exactly. He says, don't force your SEO to make changes based on limited data. Doing so will only harm your long-term results.
Yeah, we've experienced that.
Yeah. Like if you have some preconceived notion of what you think SEO should be and how it should work, try it yourself and realize that what you think you really don't, and then come to the agency. Worst thing you can do is come pay us somewhere between $1,500 and $5,000 a month to tell us what to do.
Yeah.
Right. At the end of the day, we'll push back and give you our recommendations, and then you are paying us, and we will do what you ask us to do.
Yep.
And then unfortunately, it may not work out right all the time.
Yep.
Number 6. He says, be willing to do things differently. From the SEO perspective, he says, because every website has its own unique challenges, sometimes a new approach is necessary. He's right. Every now and then, our kind of strategy, build a great site, make sure it's mobile, make sure it has great content, it's optimized well. Now, okay, we shift gears, we begin building links and posting content and being social. And before you know it, 3 months, 4 months, hey, first page ranking.
Right.
Usually works for us.
Yeah.
Every now and then it doesn't.
Right.
Right. And then you have to switch. You have to do something different. So don't be scared to figure out what that something different is. Don't be scared to try it. Even if you haven't tried it before, it may be necessary.
Yep.
If you're an SEO agency, you want to keep that client. From a client perspective, he says some things the SEO recommends may make you uncomfortable, whether it's an idea for social media or content.
Yeah,
he's right. Look, if this SEO person knows how this content needs to be written in order to get conversions, in order to rank well, but it's not necessarily in the way you want it written, write your own post.
Yep.
Allow them to write the content that they're doing so they can get you the results that you paid them for. And then if you want to change some of that, then that's when that communication comes in.
Yep.
Even if you just make some slight adjustments, like, hey, at least say this or say that. He started off the article talking about a collaborative effort. And that's what that is. We're not looking to just overtake and run it. We're looking to get feedback from you, make sure we have a better understanding of your company, then run it.
Imagine if you had a marketing department in your company, right?
Yeah.
If you're the owner, you're going to be meeting with them on a regular basis. Like, what's our plan? What are we doing? Hey, I had these ideas. And that's what you should be doing with your SEO company.
Yep.
For sure. And, from time to time, go check out the competitors, kind of do a landscape, because an SEO is probably not on a monthly basis checking out your competitors. They're working on your placement and working on your conversions. And then if you kind of look at a competitor and say, look, all of a sudden this happened to us. Well, we did it. The client didn't. But we started looking at the competitors who 3 months ago had horrible websites.
And all of a sudden
they're all modern, right? And so we were going to start making changes to that website.
We have to, it is what it is. Matter of fact, I like this one on that same point. He says, they may make you uncomfortable. I'll say this, look for effort and progress, right? Because SEO is so differently. You may be with an agency who is struggling. Frankly, you could be in an extremely competitive industry in a really large city, centrally located. Yeah, it's going to be tough to rank you there. And if you're in one of them situations, as long as that agency is making some kind of progress, you're seeing effort, they're keeping the lines of communication open, and they're actually trying.
And they have a record, so you can look at other places where they've done well.
Exactly. You look at other competition, other things that they've done and seen that they really know what they're doing, then I would advise you to stay the course and let them figure it out. Yeah. You may even want to talk to them about some sort of arrangements or whatever.
I got an idea. Or get a free website analysis from us, and we can tell you how they're doing.
Exactly. We'll tell you, hey, they're doing everything right. It's going to take some time, or we'll tell you, hey, so
And we won't just say they're doing a bad job. In fact, we'll tell you where they are doing a good job and where they may be doing a bad job if they are. I mean, we've had we visited an emergency room center, right? One of those emergency room centers, and we kind of pulled up their account and we had this meeting. We're like, so why are we here? Because they're doing a great job.
Everything's good. You guys rank well. The site's decent.
Probably converts. It's like, why are we here? So we would be that honest with any website analysis as well.
Number 7.
He
says, be willing to have your ignorance exposed. I get it. From the SEO perspective, he says it's better to admit that you don't have an answer than to find it and then find it rather than provide the wrong answer out of pride. He's right. And look, I'll be the first to say, I'm quick to tell you, you know what?
I don't know.
I don't know. I will find out, though. I'll tell you what I think. I think this, but I really don't know. And then I'll go find out and then return back to you with some answers. Now, that kind of, I ain't going to say it always happens. It rarely happens because I tend to do know, but occasionally I don't. For the client, he says, regardless of how much time you spend keeping up on SEO, you need to realize that you likely don't know as much as the SEO person you're paying.
Hopefully you don't, but that's why you're paying them.
If you do, then
you need a job.
Exactly. Exactly. My question I wrote down, well, why are you paying then? And so I think it's great for clients to read up on algorithms and try to be up to date on what's going on. And ironically, our monthly calls we have with each client is also an education moment for them, because they learn more about the changes we made and why we made them and the impact it'll have. And so if you're a client and you're thinking about doing some SEO, or maybe you're dealing with an agency, I encourage you, read up on it, get familiar with it, learn some of the lingo, learn some of the terms. But just because you read it don't mean that you need to go force it to be implemented, because I'm pretty sure there's a reason for it not being implemented, or it may already be done and you just don't know. But either way, educate yourself
and ask questions. Don't force it, but ask questions. Hey, you guys, what's the reason we're not doing this if we're not?
Exactly. Number 8. He says, be willing to listen to hard truths without getting defensive. That's a tough one. For the SEO perspective, he says an SEO can try to explain everything away, or you can listen for the nuggets of truth. And we've made it a habit to be open. Client calls and they want to talk about whatever it is, then we're going to sit back and listen, even if it's about our performance or about the content or whatever it is. We're not going to argue. We're not going to get defensive. Now we may educate on why these things were done, but at the end of the day, we're here to listen. We're here to make sure it's right. And I encourage you, other SEOs or agencies out there, look, we can't force our methodology. We can't force that down clients, throats. We have to listen. You have to listen and make adjustments. And from the client perspective, he says if you're not willing to listen, then you're likely to repeat the same mistakes time and time again. How many clients do we know who've had horrible results with multiple agencies?
And I had a prospect the other day who was like, I just spent 5 years paying a company for SEO. I looked at their website. Some SEO had been done. For the most part, it was pretty bad. And then he chose to go with somebody else, similar price point. I'm like, you're just going to end up with the same situation.
Well, especially if he's not following steps number 6 and 7 and allowing the SEO company to do what they need to do. So if you're, finding some kind of company and then railroading them with your thoughts and your ideas and how it should be done, it's probably not going to work for you. So be willing to listen. And that way you don't make the same mistakes. Number 9, he says, be willing to accept directions, which is a good one. From the SEO perspective, he says the client may jump in and suggest a new change in the strategy. So be willing to explain your plan, but also be willing to allow the campaign to go the direction the client wants. Now, change is necessary. Change is good. Change is the only constant. And so we appreciate change. We embrace change. I encourage other SEO agencies and SEOers to embrace change as well, especially if it comes from a client who's collaborating, who's participating, who's joining. Because at the end of the day, it's their business. And so the change probably comes from a good set of data. Yeah. For that client, he says, as you seek to make your campaign more aggressive, you may be told that the best way forward is to increase your budget. And sometimes it is.
And don't do it unless they prove to you why.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't just say, you're going to need to pay more money. You need to understand what does pay more money mean.
Right.
For us, it can mean several things. We're going to increase your pay-per-click spend, or we're going to triple up on your content, or we're going to double up on your social media post, or whatever our strategy entails for us to get the results we feel like you need and can get. It may require more resources.
Here's an example. Prospect just this week, actually, spoke to the wife. Great conversation. Mm-hmm. They own a plumbing business. Punch in the face to
Mercy.
Yeah, Mercy. Like, have mercy on me. Don't charge me too much. It's a great marketing campaign. So Mercy Plumbing here in Houston. Punch in the face. So I speak with John, who's the owner, the husband and the owner, and he's like, look, all I want to do is just decrease my cost per click.
Yeah.
And I was like, John, I don't think that's what you really want. I think what you really want is to have the information so that you can know that you need to double what you spend, exactly. Right? Because if it is giving a positive ROI, you should double that. Well, maybe not double, but you should increase it, to the point that it makes the most sense. So, that's
he was suffering from a lack of data.
Yep.
And so with that lack of data, he was like, he's focusing on the numbers.
Just reduce the cost.
Yeah, because the business owner, they focus on numbers.
Yeah.
But what he really was the data, because if he could quantify that, hey, with the money we did spend, generated this portion of our sales, then his whole dynamic would have likely been different.
Yeah.
But he didn't have that data.
Yeah.
Which is not on here, but the SEO company should be giving you data about your performance. Number 10. He says, be willing to admit when you're wrong. Yep. Yeah, you just had to do that. From the SEO perspective, he says the best thing you can do is to own up to your mistakes and quickly find a way to correct them. The next step is to put in systems that will ensure the same mistake doesn't happen again. Yeah, you gotta be honest.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everyone's human. Mistakes will happen. It's just the nature of the game, the nature of life. But how you react to those mistakes. Do you cover it up, or do you, rush it, address it,
to the
fix
fire?
It? Exactly. Yeah. And that's one of the things we try to practice. We, try not to make mistakes, but every now and then, stuff happens, and you just got to address it and move forward.
Part of our process is a welcome to eWeb results process.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the slides in that process is, we are not perfect. If we make a mistake, let us know so we can fix it.
Yeah, exactly. From the client perspective, he says web marketing cannot account for everything. And remember, the point was be willing to admit when you're wrong. So sometimes it is not your SEO company. Right? Maybe they are sending great traffic, and it has been for a whole 12-month, time span, whole duration of your contract. They've been sending great traffic. You've been getting great social activity. You've been getting qualified leads come through, and then halfway throughout the agreement, your leads start decreasing.
Right.
But your traffic is increasing, and everything else is going up, and your rankings getting better. Then it may not be the fault of your SEO company that your business is not growing. It could be, I don't know, your sales process maybe. It could be some negative experience someone had, and now they posted a bad review, and so your 4.5 stars dropped down to 3, and now you didn't get as many clicks as you used to get, or the people who did click aren't converting as fast as they used to.
Right.
Those are things that the SEO company really can't control. Only thing we can do is is get you more reviews and kind of get your stars back up, and maybe even offer you some business coaching to help with the sales process. But that's not the fault.
Which we do.
Ironically, because we focus on results. Right. And so if it means, hey, we're doing some call tracking, listen to this sale, and you guys need to implement a script. Here's a sample script. You know, we would give it a try. Try this because you know something needs to change. So yeah, be willing to admit when you're wrong. So man, punch in the face to Stony G. Man, 10 indispensable people skills SEOs and clients must practice daily for successful web marketing. Dude, great article, extremely long title, but I get it. And that's what's up.
So we kind of spun that article a particular way, and it doesn't really match, but I wanted to add this one, which is never set it and forget it.
Oh, never right.
So that's actually the overriding principle of this.
Because and for both people, for the SEO agency and the client.
Because if you set it and forget it, then you don't need people skills. So listen to the underlying message of this article, which is don't set it and forget it. Be on top of it. Meet with your SEO company. If you're an SEO company, meet with your clients,
communicate,
and make some great communication. That's the only way to really have a successful campaign.
We gave a lot of eWeb result examples in that, but at the end of the day, whether you're a client of ours or any other client or any other agency, the more, like Chris was saying, is to communicate. Agencies and clients, they must communicate in order for the success of that business. Because if they don't, then it's just not going to work.
Cool. All right. Do we have any what or blank stare or?
Yeah.
All right.
I have some what news. Well, I do have some what news. What? So this what it hurts to say this what. And first off, you know, this goes to my Astros. This is
as soon as you
This is going to the Astros. First off, great season, guys. No one expected you to get here. You know, 4 years ago, the last 4 seasons, they had the worst record in the league, and then all of a sudden we
get to the playoffs.
Almost made the World Series. So congrats on that, but like, come on. Like we should have never been in Game 5. We should have won Game 4 and been chilling.
You know how many people in Houston thought we had won, including you?
I thought we won. It was like 6-2, top of the 6th. I'm like, oh, we good.
This is good. And then one of our team members, Javier, went to the game. He came back after the game.
He came back sad. He was like, uh-oh.
And Charles was like, no, they won. What are you talking about?
So
they did not win.
Come on, Strohs. We good, great season, but like, come on, really, we was that close.
Cool. All right. Hey, if you're looking to grow your business with the largest, simplest marketing tool on the planet,
the internet,
call eWeb Results for increased revenue in your business. Our phone number is 713-592-6724. And hey, we have a special for the month of November. All right, so we're going to offer you, if you sign up on one of our internet marketing packages, we're going to give you free social, right? Free social media package.
That's awesome. Free social media package. Real quick, that comes with posts every day of the week. That comes with custom social media graphics. That comes with customized hashtags and everything. It's well worth it.
Absolutely. It's a $250 value. Some of our packages include it, so you get a $250 discount on that package. So kind of reach out to us if you guys have been thinking about reaching out to us. Now's the time. We do have a referral program. So if you've got somebody or some client that is interested in internet marketing, you send them to us. They pay us. We pay you. That's pretty straightforward.
Very easy.
Remember, we were filmed live at 5999 West 30. Oh, I do have
Houston, Texas.
I do have to say this. We had a great broadcast. Go check out
294.
No, go check out upsociallive.com.
The Ferrari spot.
We got to broadcast from the Ferrari in the Woodlands, which is a suburb of Houston, north of Houston. And so I was in a car on in the thing with like 180 people and interviewing one of the guys who works there and talking about the Ferrari experience. So go check out Up Social Live. That was a pretty cool event. Now, remember, we are filmed live at 5999 West 34th Street, Suite 106 here in Houston, Texas. This is H-Town. 770892. 77092. The transcript and video of this podcast are available on our website, so you can find them there.
We do this special request for people who watch live and who tune in. Man, look, if you watch 295 or 294, hit me up at
Yeah.
eWeb Results on Twitter. Let us know the quality of the podcast. The last two we've used Google Hangouts, live stream through YouTube, and everything from 293 before was using Ustream with a direct upload to YouTube. So the quality should be different. The dimension should be a little different. The clarity should be a little different. Should be better, frankly.
Give us some feedback.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's it. Thank you guys for making us the most popular internet marketing podcast on iTunes. That is because of all you all. Until the next podcast, my name is Chris Burrows.
Charles Lewis.
Bye-bye for now.
All right. Good stuff. Man, it feels like we probably 45 minutes though. That's good.